How you guys doing today? Welcome back. Today is July 28th, 2021. Happy Wednesday to you. It's Wednesday, my dudes. No, I'm kidding. If you're new here, this is the SWINGCAST, episode 130 something. Let's get into it. So the markets are doing just fine. Jerome Powell said stuff's not changing, so it's kind of hard to find some value plays today. It is what it is. But I have some great ones for you. I have 7. I think you probably heard of 2 or 3 of these before. Again, there's some days where the market sells off and daddy can find some value. Otherwise, we gotta go with what we have. I'm gonna show you technical analysis today. I'm gonna show you supports, resistances, trend lines, patterns, EMA lines. Volume profile is always a big old fun time. RSI, stochastic, and the vortex indicator. These 9 things are what makes up my trading strategy. For the technical analysis aspect, the 10th one being love. How are you? So I'm gonna go over 7 tickers with you today. 7 new ones you probably never heard of, minus a few of them. They're looking really good. I don't want to waste some more time because it's 3:40. They're moving. I want to get this done as quickly as possible. Let's just get into it. So the first is ACCO. I called the ACCO over here. It did pretty well in this area about a month ago. And again, it's been at value for a while. This wedge, I'm not super sure is done yet. I mean, I did cut through this little bit of action here. There's a strong possibility that it's more like this. Exactly where it's at, not showing that much life here. So I'm going to say that this is a nice resistance spot. We can see what happens here. Before I move on, let's make sure we cover what our lines mean. We have a nice wedge. The white line is support, this solid one. This orange one is resistance. Orange trend is resistance trend line. Golden is our trend that's supporting. Our 2 dotted lines is where 70% of the action and volume happens. This POC is where most of the volume happens. I'm not going to discuss volume profile. That's why I got those last 2. Watch this video, 15-20 minutes, in, out, bing, bang, boom. Learn something new. Come back, watch this video. You'll be good to go. We can see earnings is coming. And again, I don't love swinging through earnings. So again, I probably day trade most of these or hold overnight before earnings and day trade it the next day basically. But we're gonna go for it. Send it, big fella. Let's see what happens. ACCO, if it does bad, look at this. A fantastic short. Easy peasy money. If it does well, breakout, retest, take off. Looking good. ACCO can go either way, but we have the breakout waiting or the short waiting, depending on how it goes and how the news looks. Let's check the indicators. What's cool about my channel is that I actually do not scan with indicators on. I don't use EMA crosses. I don't use VWAPs. I don't use RSI under 30. Nothing. Indicators can show you 4 things: trend, volatility, volume, and momentum. That's it. These indicators that I use show me those 4 things. Either it supports my thesis at entering or it deters me of my thesis to enter. I've never looked at these. You're going to see me live go through these. It'll help you out if you're a new person to see how indicators should be used. Let's go through them. So our 200 EMA is far away, showing value. It'll be a resistance if you do break out, so be careful. But we crossed over the 50. So when you cross the 50, what happens historically with ACCO? If I can zoom out, you idiot. Nice run. Ooh, nice run. Bounce off. Nice run. Nice run. So it looks like we have a good sign here, at least for showing some life. That's beautiful for a crossover. Sure, RSI is up there. That's fine. It's overbought up here. And then bulls, bears are kind of mingling. But again, vortex is a bit concerning how high it is. Or sorry, the stochastic is a bit concerning, but high it is. That's fine. RSI is high. Again, the macro trend look fine. I think we're going to break out, retest, and take off. ACCO is a great choice because you can go either way. You can short it. If it gets overbought and comes down, beautiful, buy and lower. If it does well and breaks out with power tomorrow, well, enjoy that breakout. You bought low and you're going to sell high. Congratulations. ACCO, watch list it. Let's see what it does tomorrow, Friday, and then next week. Next is CYTH. This is what the trend looks like. Beautiful uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 great hits. Not that big of moves. This move was almost 19%. If we can get one of those, we'll all be very happy now, won't we? This is a great trend, great support area. Again, the support, if it does dip down to maybe like, 757, I won't cut there. I probably hold until about 740. Anywhere in here, I'd probably be ready to cut. But again, we have life right before market's closing, right where you want it. Look, it takes its time down here. 3 days, 5 days, even farther over. I could have scrolled, but we can see down here, 5 days. It's not a quick mover. We're right here. We're doing what we usually do, consolidating low, looking pretty good. Again, if it breaks down, look to buy towards 650 in this area and towards the POC, will be your best bet. But right here, very low risk, very high reward for a breakout. I like CYTH a lot. Let's check the indicators together. We can see that the 250 are being a resistance and they're coupling together. Breaking this area, 50, 200 resistance trend and resistance line will be very difficult. So again, make sure your short-term price target, if you were buying right now, 6.5%, that's fine. You're probably going to risk about that same, so 1-to-1 play, unless you have the fundamentals that say it will break out. Otherwise, I would wait for that crossover or get in just a little bit lower. RSI, it's low, 45. You want a little bit lower, maybe towards 35. So again, nice little pullback of 7-8 pips is perfect. Stochastic's low, bulls low, bears high. CYTH, again, it looks really good, but I need to have either a shorter time frame setup for a candlestick setup, or I need to see it cross those EMA lines eventually. Sure, you can swing it for a day or two, get an easy 4 or 5%, no problem. But you want to try to hold those over those EMA lines. You may have a big problem trying to do that. CYTH, I like it. Let's check the other ones. Opportunity cost dictates, or maybe some better picks. Let's see what some of the other ones. FOSL, fossil group, looks pretty good. This is a great triangle. 1 hit, 2 hit. So it's only had 2 hits. Now you can finagle the lines and make more hits than this, right? But a good trend line has 3 hits. So keep that in mind. This triangle is not pure yet. It's okay though. What's more important is this support is super strong. I mean, it's been an absolute tank the last year or so. Looking really good here. If we pull back down to 1150, that's gonna be a perfect buy-in. Easy 20% for a full move. But again, the trend lines here, supports here, resistance is clear. Sure, we have a nice resistance trend here, nice supporting trend. We want to get a breakout, even over here. You see how we have this kind of little small triangle over here? See that? Big breakout. We're trying to do that on a more macro scale over here. FOSL, let's check the indicators together and see what we have. We can see the 50 is being the hard resistance. If you want to wait for a crossover, break over that, and the 200, you're going to have a grand old time if that does happen. But what we're seeing down here is 250, 10 price. It's definitely on value. It's definitely on sale. RSI is at 43. Sure, you want it lower than 45, but again, with the market doing well, everything's kind of showing some life. I'll give up some life. I'll give up the RSI being good for some life to hold this support and this trend line. Stochastic's low, just how you like it. I mean, it looks almost like a bullish divergence. That one certainly was. This one, if it dips down lower, will be, but I don't want that to break down, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Bulls on top, bears below. You want bulls lower, bears higher, but again, if it does consolidate sideways for a while, I'm not going to be upset about that. That's kind of what this is showing for us. FOSL, I like it if you have the fundamental analysis behind it. You do a deep dive on their like 10-4s and stuff. It looks good. Go for it. Otherwise, definitely more of a veteran play. If you're more of a beginner, I'd avoid the hype. I'd avoid the volatility and let somebody else take care of that. Let's check the next one. HEAR here, Turtle Beach. I don't know what the hell they're doing with those headsets because they're not good, but like, man, this stock is beautiful. I mean, I don't play Xbox that much anymore, but like, I used to have a Turtle Beach myself. I mean, it is what it is, right? HEAR at 29 is going to be an absolute snack, right? Now we're right here. Again, a nice resistance trend. We have lower highs. If we can break above that, we can make this a higher low here. So lower low. Oh, a higher high than this. Oh, a higher low. If we can break out like this, you can hold, get the whole uptrend, be good to go. If it does dip down tomorrow, if tomorrow's red and we dip below the POC, we have value. So just like ACCO over here, we have the breakout ready to go. You have the value play ready to go. And you also have the short if you don't believe in it right there. All three ready to go for you. Let's check the indicators. So for here, we can see that consolidating sideways. See the 200's going literally sideways, so is the 50. This is going to be your signal, right? If you break above the 200 here and you show some life, you can buy in, stop loss beneath this candle, let it go, see if it can rip. If it goes over this and it starts to die off, you can then short it and then do the opposite in this direction. But again, the breakout looks pretty good here. I like what we're seeing. RSI is at 52 again. Everything's showing some life right now. It is what it is. Stochastic could be lower at 10. So again, you want to go for that breakout, that crossover, the 10, the 5200, or wait for it to come back down to value. The good news is bulls are low, bears are high here. That's still a great sign. HEAR Turtle Beach. You can go either way here. This is again a nice veteran player, someone who has different entry strategies, or someone who has built up the trading structure or trade plan that they like to have. You can short, wait for the breakout, wait for value. All three are great. HER, definitely watch listed for the future though. It's fantastic. Next is SKT. Skeet. Tanger Factory. Hey, I'm in Athens, Georgia. I go to Commerce all the time. What's up, Tanger? Sponsor your boy and give me that discount. Tanger is great. This is a 1 hit, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, this move right here may not look like big business. That's 12% right there. Nice swing. Again, I want to go down lower. All right, give me that sell off. Let me get a higher low towards 1710, 1705. Right there. The dividend should bring us down. Dividend comes down. Dividend comes down. Dividend hopefully will bring us down just a bit more into earnings, and hopefully earnings does well with the fundamentals of the malls opening up, and that's going to be a good sign for us. Again, we're going to send it. All right, if you trust it, go for it. I mean, earnings over here didn't do great. Earnings over here did fantastic. So again, it can go either way. But if you can get value and lower your risk, it makes sense for me to enter that kind of play. Let's check the indicators. Bump, bump. So we can see the 50 is going to be our hard resistance. You're constantly hitting it and constantly dying or supporting off it until you break that. No real life will be had. But again, if you can get a nice value, which we have, see that? We're improperly stacked almost. If the 200 was here, you would be. But 5,210 price, great value. Let this come down. All right, you hit that 1705 spot where we should be good to go, in my opinion. RSI is at 43, not bad. Again, it's consolidating sideways, right? We have a triangle. These are going in the middle. EMA lines are in the middle of the triangle. We're going sideways. That makes sense. Stochastic is low. You want to wait for some life there. If it starts to curl and that blue crosses that red there, if that blue line crosses that red line, we should be good to go for a crossover. And then bulls low, bears high. SKT, again, I want to see a better value or a breakout. A lot of plays line up the same exact way for a reason. It's not an accident. So if SKT and tomorrow the whole markets are red, well, delicious. And tomorrow's really green, great crossover plays. SKT, watch listed, I like it a lot. The easiest play of the day is TRO. I mean, this trend line, I've been watching it for months. I've called it a few times. I think I called TRO over here and over here. And like over here, I've called it like 3 or 4 times. I tend not to call the same plays more than once every 4 or 5 months. Just, I don't want to like beat people with a dead horse, but like today ACCO has to get called again, and you know Tesla, right? But this is a great trend up. Sure, the support needs to be lower. Sure, see how choppy it's getting compared to over here because of the lower volume, right? We're starting to build up some volume, starting to build up this base. It's either going to be a really hard resistance in the future or a really nice support if we do hold this spot. Once again, earnings is coming. TROW's done just fine. It's had great run-ups. It's beautiful. Again, if it does dip down, it breaks everything. Sure, we're going to look to like the 180s, this area to buy into. But if it, does a full move, it does fine. Easy 10, 9%. Very low risk here. If it does break down everything, sell out 1.5%, maybe 3 at most. TRO, I like it a lot. Let's check the indicators. What's great is that 50. I know that 50 has been beautiful this whole ride up. Every time you're below the 50, you have value. Where are we? Below the 50, we have value. You can wait for that crossover, like we've been doing all day. Crossover, good to go. If not, you have definite value right there. RSI is at 45. Again, this is not an accident. I'm not checking these. Usually I buy stocks at 30 or 35. The fact that all these have value, but they're 45, showing the whole market has life. These are the macro things that you need to connect in your mind and when you're charting to see and then make those patterns and those connections. It makes a huge difference in your trading. We kind of realize these kinds of things. Crazy, right? Stochastic is low. Beautiful. Bulls low, bears high. TROW has everything that you want, everything that you need. It's everything you want to see, right? The only issue is, you could have bought it for maybe like what? Have $80 lower 6 months ago when I first called it, but again, it looks pretty good here. TRO, watch this, let's see what it does. Last, I'm not going to spend the most time is Tesla. No, I'm not some Elon Musk like, ooh, I love you, Elon, go to space. I don't care at all. I care about the company. Elon can, go eat shit for all I care. I don't care. I care about the company. This is a nice setup, regardless of it being hype. I don't care. Tesla, this is a great triangle. It's consolidating. I remember I actually called it literally right here. This is my first Tesla call. It was literally that day, the before. My friend Hunter messaged me. He's like, how'd you know? And I was like, I didn't. I called it right there. So you could have held my first call and been up like, a nice bit. But we're back over here now. That was the past. Earnings came down. All right, earnings came back. It does just fine. Earnings always tanks Tesla because it is what it is. But we have value. Again, you want to buy in lower. Probably towards 620, 630. But again, a full move up from here is still 5 easy %. Tesla, it's consolidating. You're going to get a breakout. I didn't say breakout up. I said a breakout eventually. Let's check the indicators though. What we can see is that the 200 and the 50 and 10 are going to be your cross again. Once again, you cross all these, you're good to go. Enter. Stop loss below the 10 probably. Let that bad boy rip. But again, we are seeing value because we're below all 3. RSI again, 47. Usually they're in the 30s, but today it is what it is. 47, it's not bad. Stochastic is not bad. This is consolidating. You can see even on the vortex, when I zoom in, see the vortex, the green line and the orange red line both make triangles. We have huge consolidation. Tesla is our watch list for you, but again, check it out. It could be an easy play for you. And there you guys have it. We got that done in 15 minutes. Let's go. So 7 great plays for you guys to watch tomorrow and into the next week. A lot of earnings coming. You're going to have to be careful. I don't hold through earnings. I usually buy the night before earnings and then let it roll over. Hopefully nothing happens, and then I can sell it the next day like a day trade. Or I wait till the earnings to come out and then I can play it after I see the reaction. It can go either way. Like Snap went crazy, but like, what's the one play? BZUN took a fat shit. So it can go either way. Be careful. Otherwise, have a good rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another watch list. I do appreciate you guys. Thanks.